Welcome to the future of cleaner and sustainable energy. Renewable energy is replenished by the nature and can be used over and over again. Today we embark into a journey of vast untapped potential of the ocean. The realm of power that hold the key into a greener and sustainable life. Estimate by 2050, wave power will generate 10% of the global power, which is a significant share.
Join me.
Join me, Muhammad Akmal Fitri, and my fellow friend as we explore the wonder of the tidal wave energy.
So our group members consist of Muhammad Akmal Fitri bin Azhari as the leader, next Muhammad Izwan bin Roslan, Muhammad Fatih bin Sukari, and Muhammad Shahmi bin Aladdin. So this course is a renewable energy courses, teach by Prof. Technologist Dr. Zaidi Ambong, the Professor Faculty of Applied Science and Technology, UTHM, as our lecturer. So what is tidal wave energy? Tidal wave energy is a form of renewable energy that harness the power generated by the natural rise and fall of the tides of the ocean. As the earth, its moon, and the sun rotate around each other in space, the gravitational force movement of the moon and the sun with respect to the earth cause millions of gallons of water to flow around the earth ocean, creating periodic shift in these moving bodies of water. This vertical shift of the water, what we call tides. This will look at us like tides will coming in and out. So this cycle happens twice a day. Why tidal wave energy? First of all, because it's renewable resources. Tidal energy is sustainable and renewable, as it is predictable and consistent. Next, it will be low environmental impact. Tidal energy systems typically have minimal environmental impact compared to traditional fossil fuel. They produce clean electricity without emitting greenhouse gases, making them environmental friendly. Next, it is predictable. Tides are highly predictable, allowing for accurate forecasting for energy production. This predictable makes tidal energy a reliable and consistent resource of power. And lastly, it can reduce the dependency on fossil fuel. Tidal wave energy contribute in reducing dependence on non-renewable fossil fuel and helping to mitigate climate change. The next question will be how tidal wave energy works. First of all, tidal stream generator. So the mechanism of it will be tidal stream generator operates similarly to underwater wind turbines. They are placed on the seabed in area with strong tidal current. For the working principle, as tidal current flow, the motion causes the blade of the turbine to rotate, capturing the kinetic energy of the moving water. And the rotating blade are connected to the generator, converting the mechanical energy into electricity. So the generated power is then transmitted to the grid for distribution. The next one will be tidal turbines. So this one that we use for our experiment. So the mechanism of it will be tidal turbines are similar to the wind turbines but are designed to operate underwater. The working principle is placed in the path of tidal current. The turbine blades spin as the tide flows in and out. So the electricity generation will be the rotational movement of the blades drive a generator, producing electrical power that can be utilized or stored. So the next one will be tidal barrage. Tidal barrage are large structure that built across the entrance of an estuary or tidal basins. So the working principle of it, they capture and store water during high tide and during low tide. The water is released through turbines to generate electricity. Of course, the control release of water through the turbines convert the gravitational potential energy into electrical energy.
A lot of websites and videos that we have used as reference for this project turns out to be scams, but this one is legitimate. Our project is called a tidal turbine, where we harness wind from tidal wave and convert it into turbine, similar to a wind turbine but with a different applications. For our initial experiment, we tested a theory. We'll build a fan or blades using paper and leads and use 2-volt mini motor in order to make the fan rotate. Then we cut the bottle to half and make it as our small container. The theory proved successfully as intended. Second attempt is our real project to be done. Require 15-volt motor, half cut bottle, connection wire, 20-liter container and multimeter. For this attempt, we changed the blade from paper to small size plastic blade and use more powerful motor. Difficult part in this project is to place the motor and blade in half cut bottle. We have to use stick and double tape to place the motor in the middle, like this picture. Next, we place the half bottle to the wall in the container, then connect the wire to the multimeter to check the presence of electricity and fill water into the container. The setup just like in this picture.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Okay, as we know that our initial experiment is actually how to know the theory of the experiment is work. So how the theory of the experiment is work is when the upper half of the bottle that represent as a tidal wave generator is moved up and is been moved up and down inside the lower half of the bottle that fills up with the water that represent as the ocean, and the movement of the upper half of the bottle is represent as the wave from the ocean. Okay, when the wave comes in inside the generator, it will push out the air inside the generator to go out through the turbine. As we can see from the experimenter, where the upper half of the bottle is being filled up with water, it will push out the remaining air inside the bottle through the hole on the cap of the bottle and spin the turbine to rotate. Okay, from this theory, we continue our experimental to the second experimental where we use the theory on the bigger size. We use a bigger container and start the upper half of the bottle on the side of the container and fill up the container with water until the half of the until the upper half of the bottle barely touch the surface of the water. We also improvise the turbine by changing the turbine from paper to plastic that we scrap from a hand electric fan and glue it to the motor that connected to the multimeter. We also make the wave by pushing the water inside the container to make it more realistic. The wave that has been created, the wave that has been created will push the air inside the bottle and make the air inside the bottle go through the hole in the cap and spin the turbine and spin the fan that representative as that represented as turbine. From the spin of the turbine, the the motor will generate the electricity, and we can see we can observe the electric through the multimeter. This kind of generator is actually been called as tidal turbine that and already has been used in as early as 2000 when the Irish from the Scotland used this kind of generator on their seaside. I think that's all.
Okay, Assalamualaikum and very good day to Dr. Zaidi. Okay, there are some precautions that we must take to make this tidal turbine experiment success. Uh, there are several precautions that we take, such as first, the water safety. Because we involving water in our experiment, so be cautious of wet surface to avoid sleeping. Ensure a controlled environment to prevent electrical hazards. Okay, next precaution is electrical precautions. Because we are using electrical component, we must keep them away from the water and ensure proper insulation to avoid electric shock. We use waterproofing measure for electronical component if necessary, so but we don't need such as waterproofing measures, so we just don't use it. Okay, next, secure equipment. We ensure that the tidal turbine apparatus is securely set up to prevent it from falling or causing injury. We use stable supports and surfaces. Okay, the next precaution that we take is the testing area. We conduct the experiment in a suitable area with ample space, proper ventilation, and minimal distraction to enhance focus and safety. Okay, the last precaution that we take careful handling. We handle the tools and equipment with care. Be mindful of sharp edges and use tool only for their intended purposes, because we using motor and gear, and the gear is such a small gear, so we take the precaution like careful handling the equipment. Okay, for the conclusion, the successful tidal turbine experiment at home demonstrate the feasibility of harnessing tidal energy in a controlled environment. The careful design and adherence to safety measure and effective utilization of resource contribute to the positive outcome. This experiment not only showcases the potential of renewable energy exploration at a small scale, but also underscores the importance of responsible experiment, emphasizing safety and environmental consideration. The successful generation of power through the tidal turbine at home encourages further exploration and innovation in sustainable energy solutions.
We would like to express our gratitude and most thank you to our lecturer, Prof. T.S. Dr. Zaidi and Bong, to give us the opportunity to do research and study about the tidal wave and tidal wave energy.